So what happens when you let players balance your video game? That is a question I would like to answer in this video with my latest weekly update for our little game, Project Skyshard. It's been another great week in the world of the Skyshard open beta slash demo. We're up to now 3,000 wish lists, which is great. Our kind of big goal is 10,000. So in just a couple weeks, we're 30% of the way to our like big goal. We've also now had 5,500 people download the game. Some of you are playing a ton. I saw FinkLab in the Discord shared a screenshot. 136 hours played. That is completely crazy. He wrote, "I'm totally hooked. I've already played about 7.5% of my total playtime in Marvel Snap, which I've played for 2 years." That's the sort of stuff we love to see. I really think we have a game that once you're in and you're like hooked like that, you can play endlessly. It's so easy to just queue up another run. I think getting people to that stage is still going to be a challenge for us. We're working on that, thinking about that, but man, it's really satisfying to see that. So anyway, still getting lots of good feedback, lots of great stuff. As far as actual development updates right now, working on some big behind the scenes stuff. Ben has been doing a little bit of a code rework and tidying up and kind of future proofing, setting himself up for later so that the game's in a really good spot moving forward, you know, kind of de-spaghettifying some of the code, I think, as it were. But the real news today, and then what I wanted to focus on for this video, is what you see behind me here with this hotfix event that we put into Discord, where we decided to let all of the players determine our next balance changes. We basically said, hey, suggest a balance change here in Discord, and then, you know, a bunch of people are going to upvote it, and the ones with the most upvotes are what we're going to put into the game, which listen, it's like, it's risky, right? As we said here, this is kind of a social experiment more than a thing that, you know, not necessarily permanent changes if things go wrong. I think game designers in general are very scared to let players have any influence over these sorts of things. Like, number one, though, there's like trolling potential. Obviously, you kind of have to police the trolling side of things a little bit, but also, you know, I've just always heard that players don't know how to balance a video game, which I think is fair to say at some level. But I'm going to challenge it in the other direction. I don't think game designers often also know how to really balance a video game. I think they try their best and they usually get it pretty close. But particularly in a game like ours, where it's just an endless array of really complex systems and variables, to say that we have the confidence or the expertise to balance it really expertly is just silly. Like, we just don't. I don't know that anybody could. You know, the best game designers in the world might have a hard time wrangling all of that. It's more about just like improving it as you go and making little tweaks and changes. And I honestly think at this stage in particular, our players probably have as good of an insight as anybody into what that's going to look like. And based on the results of this, by the way, which I'm not going to get into the weeds on that because a lot of you won't even know all the weeds, I think they did a pretty good job. We're going to play it and see if anything feels crazy broken or if they missed anything. But for the most part, I think at least with this really small community, it seems like they did exactly almost what we would have done. Maybe, you know, some slightly different number changes here and there, but at the end of the day, I think directionally and even really from a magnitude standpoint, we probably would have ended up in a very similar spot had we just picked 10 things to do ourselves. Perhaps one or two little changes that are different, but most of it seems really smart and really good and insightful to me. I think in a lot of ways, perhaps developers and designers should maybe trust their player base a little more, because, you know, they have such a different, unique perspective. And yes, they don't have always all the data or all the insights or all the design goals, and they don't always understand all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they are still experiencing the game and having moments and trying their best to convert those feelings and moments into actionable plans with balance changes. And they're not going to get everything right, but like I said, neither are developers. So anyway, this is definitely a fun little experiment. I'm curious to see if they broke anything or not. I think this is something we could do in the future. Probably won't always want to rely on this, especially if the community gets a lot bigger and, you know, just harder to wrangle and there's just a million suggestions. It could be a lot tougher to do over time, but I like that we get to experiment with this sort of stuff. We didn't have to ask permission of a management team, of a monetization team, anything like that. We just said, hey, let's do it. That sounds fun. And we did it. And now let's see how it goes. Did we accidentally ruin the game by giving players too much control over its balance? I don't know. All right, so here we go. Our island is empty, but we're about to fix that. So, you know, I just want to keep an eye out basically for any of the units we changed, both from opponents and ourselves, to see if, you know, it feels good or not. So there's a list of things here I might buy, and I'll talk through as we do. In particular, I kind of want to try out like Piranha Plant and maybe Forest Spirit, which we could get a Forest Spirit in this weapon shop, actually. Alas, we did not, but we can take a Spellbound Rocket for now as a little filler. If we're going to go for Piranha Plant, I think I want to go for a lot of cheap little town units, and particularly nature ones like Botanist and Beekeeper. Botanist buffs health. Beekeeper likes when you buff health and spreads that buff around, both of which can go to a Piranha Plant weapon and trigger its attack. But for now, we have the Spellbound Rocket, which is just a big rocket that's going to blow up a lot of opponents' stuff, but is especially weak against their weapons since it can't target weapons, which means we always lose this round, which is fine. That's okay. We knew we had some risks here. So yeah, none of these get me to Piranha or Forest Spirit, which is what I'm kind of, I wouldn't say forcing, but keeping an eye on, let's say. This could get me a Piranha. It might even be guaranteed. No, it's not guaranteed. Sad. Rafflesia's kind of good with his buff stuff, but I think Bamboo is just a good unit and one we just changed. I think I'm happy to spend 3 on that, by the way. Again, yeah, I'll just buy more Bamboos all day, probably. Jeffries are now very interesting as well with the Bamboo. This might sometimes hold against... Yeah, actually, we're going to hold. We'll also hit that Latching Spore, which will damage the Tesla, although it's going to have enough health that doesn't kill it, but... I think we'll win at Fatigue, though. I don't think it'll kill us off fast enough. It's losing damage rapidly, and we have more units left, certainly. So Fatigue should, yep. Thank you, Fatigue Wizard, for sealing the deal there. Cheap Nature again. That's fine. Cheap Town again. Structure 4. No, we're looking for weapons or nature. Corrupt Shaman is cool. Weapons or nature, no. We'll go cheap. More bees, yes. Perfect. Weapon or nature, no, so we'll go cheap. More Jeffries, sure. Jeffries are buffing to... Okay, here's a chance for a Piranha Plant. No, dude. Where is my Piranha Plant? I guess we'll take a Mushroom here. Yeah. Tiny Library, Micro Librarium is a way to buff health for an eventual Piranha Plant, so let's take that. This looks like a loss to me. They already have an Eternal Bonfire, which is probably our most broken unit. We couldn't change that one in the hotfix. That one's going to have to stay for a patch. Or actually, I think we might have disabled it. I think maybe Ben said he disabled it, which means it's probably going to show up on opponents' boards for a little bit till they work their way out of the system. And then, oh, okay, again, Piranha. Hey, there we go, Piranha Plant. So this one attacks every time it gets 2 or more health. So now we have the Botanist that can give health. We have the Beekeepers, which can give health. Interestingly, these Jeffries could also give health. If we could turn this into a defense unit, utilizing the Novus unit, that the Refractor, that might be a cool play too. I might go ahead and sell some of this stuff we don't really need right now. Maybe a tree there. We're looking for a lot of cheap town units, and we're looking for a big nature shop. I need the big Roots of Life in particular to set up this build well. Which, I mean, maybe I have to start looking at some tier 5 shops already, because I'm not seeing tier 5 nature shops. I'm not even technically sure we have a tier 5 nature shop. Cursed Bell, though, seems pretty good. With Bamboo in particular, it can stack up to a lot of stuns, which we might need, because we need this Piranha Plant to get a lot more buffs than it's currently getting, I think, to kill stuff. But, you know, it's nice that the Rocket's going to clean out all the little junk, and then the Piranha Plant will hopefully... catch up. Although they used these homing missiles to take out my town, which means I have no more ways to buff my Piranha Plant. They kind of hard countered us there. They also just had 4 freaking weapons already, bro. Chill out with the weapons. I gotta find that tree, the big root. No tree. Disaster. Can I get a refractor here? I can get a refractor here. Okay, hold up. Do I have enough? I gotta buy enough defense units. This is currently a town unit. What does that mean? Kind of nothing right now, but that is something to keep an eye on. I don't think it does anything right now, but it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is a little build around maybe. There's something happening here. It's still a lot of work, and I think we're still going to lose to some bonfires in the meantime, but There is some intrigue in this build right now. We are like close to winning this fight too, by the way. It's hard to attack these weapons, but Fatigue Wizard's gonna seal it. Yeah, nice. Okay. We're turning the corner. Corrupt Shaman, that's a town unit. That's fine. Structure Shop is I think the big tree is a structure, right? Or no, it's not gonna be structure because I think it's, yeah, it's town and utility. Okay. Yeah, so not a good structure shop option. Tier 3 nature probably still useful for us though. I mean, Rafflesia is definitely a thing that gets nice benefits from being buffed by health stuff. So I think we'll put it here and hope that the botanists and beekeepers of the world can get to it at some level. Blacksmith is really good for bees. Tier 3 again. I mean, we could take another piranha, but at some level, having multiples, I don't know how much it helps. I really care more about cheap nature stuff and cheap town units once I get that root of life, but we don't have the root of life yet, so it's gonna be, you know, some work to get there. But oh, more bees. Okay, nice. Positioning wise here, I mean, these don't really need to be together beyond being next to Jeffries, I guess. These Jeffries want to have things around them to give extra health to defense units. We're never gonna have more defense than town, by the way, so I don't know if this refractor's ever gonna do anything. Is there a way to take advantage of the piranha plant being a town unit? I'm trying to think. Is there like anything that buffs the health of town units? I just need to keep an eye out. My brain can't solve that right now because it's almost 10 o'clock at night and I'm very tired. Let's see how much damage. Oh, piranha plant's actually doing a lot of damage. Oh my god. 3,700 is insane already. Okay, I'm way more pumped than I thought I would be. That's so sick. Again, I could try to buy a lot of really cheap. This is an opportunity, isn't it? Do we sell Geronimo's? Yeah, it's worth 5 mana is insane, right? We could take some big shop rolls on roots now too. I just don't really need the bonfire. I mean, Graveyard got buffed. We could maybe try out the Graveyard. 8-second buff on Graveyard. That's kind of a cool idea. Corrupt Shaman's back. Okay. More Jeffries. Yeah. Okay. Little Jeffrey core here. Do we want to put this in on the Jeffries? Yeah, that's fine. These don't need to be here. This can go here. This can go here. This can go here. This can go here. Nature 3 again. Yeah, not yet. Maybe let's still look for cheap town units that are valuable. Ugh. Buy 5 nature, get 2 random nature. Yeah, that's not too bad for us because we like buying botanists and stuff in particular. Necromancer Hut's pretty cool. We have a lot of little defense units. Yeah, that's not bad. Necromancer Hut will buff the piranha plant with all those defense hits. Sell again? What would I sell? Corrupt Shamans, maybe? Might sell the Refractor at this stage. I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to get enough defense because we just want to mostly buy town stuff. Can always sell a tree, yeah. Cycle that up. Emeralds are 1 low roll for low cheap nature by 5 town units. Yeah, okay. Hey, that's a town unit and nature. That should double tick us up. That's perfect. Corrupt Shaman's a town unit. Watchtower does speed up our town units, which I guess technically helps, yes. Industrialist is a town unit. Okay, yeah. We're digging it. I can move these up here too to get more buffs. Like, yeah, this is actually kind of looking okay, I think. You know, it's not, I don't even have the main build around yet, the root of life, but I think there's still some interesting things happening. I'm gonna move these around a little bit for the sake of piercing weapons. I don't want a piercing weapon to kill my piranha plant so easily, which, you know, not common, but we've seen some crossbow builds that do piercing damage. You know, they attack through stuff, so we got to be careful. Is Rocket doing enough? Kill that Thanatos is nice. I think we're going to be fine, yeah? Piranha plant seems to be doing pretty good too. Graveyard, do something for us. We don't even need it. Fatigue Wizard pops in. Rocket did more, but Piranha plant did okay. Beat 2 of their weapons, for instance. That wasn't too bad. Cheap town all day. Anything that health buffs is always the #1 pick. But anything else, Ritualist or Industrialist? These trigger faster, which would be better later for the root. Gotta find that root though, man. Gotta be honest, I've been so in the groove of buying the cheap town. I'm not even sure I've been keeping my eye out appropriately for the root. Might be missing some root big nature hits over there. I don't know. Velmir again. It does. Velmirs do buff our spellbound rocket, but that's probably not my favorite thing to be doing. More nature is good. Did we finish our nature quest? Not quite. We're at 4. Actually wants to go here. And now that I sold that one guy, we want this to go behind this as well, right? That's better. We want this to buff the Rafflesia specifically. It gets a lot of extra bonuses when it gets bonus health, which is nice. It is kind of nice having it in the back as well, though, because of all the buffs back here. Jeffries and everything can scale this up a lot, too. Come on, rocket, start hitting these. Yes, the rocket's lighting up the bamboo all at once. That's great. They clumped their bamboo a ton, so the rocket's just doing work, dude. That's perfect. I think we're totally fine for Fatigue Wizard. Yeah. Nice. See, this is coming along. We don't even have the good stuff yet. We literally don't even have the good stuff. Piranha Plant doing work. Gotta keep an eye out for that big nature, man. Don't let me miss it. Big nature. Okay, we got a bonus here. Sure. This can be like this. Speed up that graveyard and spellbound rocket a bit. Where is that big freaking nature at, man? More bees. Do we have a tier 5 nature shop anymore? Maybe we don't have one. Maybe I'm waiting for something that doesn't exist. I might be, because we may not have enough units to fill it, you know? Like, maybe it doesn't yet. Maybe it never existed. Maybe I have to only go for big shops, big random shops, you know? I may be waiting for a thing that's just not real. It might be that simple. I have to probably start buying big shops and find that that big tree, man. That's going to be our path to victory here, is the big tree. The root of life. Which will probably not be called that forever. We might literally call it like the big tree house or something, you know? I don't know. That sounds silly, but you know, something like that. Some kind of cool name. Village, Branchmore Village. Sounds like a retirement home. A great win though, again, dude. And Piranha Plant's putting in numbers, dude. We're at 6 wins already. All right, let's any big random shop is what we're going for now. Nova shop's not it. Just big random shops only. Oh, here we go. Big shop. Tree. No tree. Proliferator, like generally a really good unit, I think, because it just throws a lot of garbage in the way. But at some level, every nature unit I buy that's not a botanist makes me get less buffs on my Piranha Plant. Like theoretically, I kind of only want to buy nature units that are botanists, so that the botanists always hit either bees or Piranha Plants, right? So like all these little nature units, I'm keeping them here because I do need defense, and you know, they're dying fast and dying early, so like theoretically it's fine. They're getting cleared out of the way pretty early on. So maybe it's not an issue. That rocket is lighting up so much of their stuff right now. It's great. They are scaling pretty hard off that assimilator, but can we get there in time off Fatigue Wizard? Surely. Yeah, Fatigue Wizard's cleaning up, dude. Yeah. Fatigue build, thank you. Didn't even get through the final tiny bamboo. It's beautiful. Tinker's not it. Dude, I'm not seeing those big shops I want, but I love every botanist is just an A+ to us. Every botanist. Every bee is good too. Ooh, big shop. Okay. Tree. No. Another cursed bell, I guess. Yeah. Yes. Fine. Do this kind of thing here. The bamboo bell, Thanatos. That's a generally pretty good combo. Yeah. 7 win. Dude, we're already positive, by the way. This is great so far. Looks a little scary back here. I wonder if the rocket will, I think it's going to go for the force fields first, and then the pillar, and then maybe the time diluter. That might help us kill the big laser pointer in time. I don't know. The Velmirs do juice the damage on this quite a bit, so it's getting, you know, big enough that it's doing a lot of leftovers. Our defenses are kind of gone though. I mean, this is, oh, Fatigue Wizard coming in. I bet it's gonna be close, but I have a lot of units, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we hold. Nice, dude. Fatigue build. I love that it's working. Cheap nature is actually our home run. Just every botanist is just the best play imaginable to us. Is this guaranteed to be a botanist? No, what a disaster. Sell always. I mean, honestly, yeah, sorry, Graveyard. I just didn't notice you making enough of a difference. I think we have too much little stuff. Oh, by the way, I broke my watchtower. Didn't even realize it. You guys are probably getting so tilted out there. He broke his watchtower. Didn't even notice. All day. Let's get rid of this little nature like we talked about, right? Sure. Another thing we could grab, by the way, is like a Scola. Something that scales off town units better, you know? Bro, how much of this am I selling? These shamans, I don't know. I feel like they're destroying stuff. They do trigger fast, which is nice, but I feel like they're destroying things. Oh, what a disaster. What a disaster. I don't want any of these. It's fine. Simple shop again. More bees. Yes. Big nature, but I need big random, not big nature. More bees. Yes. Big random. Tree. No. I can't find this freaking tree anywhere, man. I just cannot find the tree, guys. Little trees. That is not what we meant, for the record. We want big trees, not little trees. Post office again. Sure, we can sell again. Yeah. Post office 1. Yeah, we might as well sell trees in that case. We don't really want trees. They're just good, efficient. Big shop 4, I don't think can get us the tree. By 5 town, get a random defense. Sure, that's pretty likely to hit for us, actually. More bees. Yes. I will say the bees do have some kind of diminishing returns. If you have more bees than botanists, I don't know how much they're going to get better. I need more blacksmiths too for that. Start out. Okay, more botanists. Yes, all day. I also have the option to go for some speed scaling stuff, right? Like I have like, there's like casino or something, right? Where you could do a little more of that. More of these is good. These, remember, buff +2. Oh, big five tree. No! I literally cannot find the big tree to save my freaking life, dude. I mean, I really don't need this. I don't know where this goes. It does. I don't even think it stacks like you want it to. I think this is better here, probably. Maybe Resinga Rafflesia is better. I don't know. What's crazy is we're doing fine anyway. Like I'm not really hitting what I want, to be honest. Boy, that's scary. Rocket's gonna hit these brick by bricks. Looks like to me, which, oh no, it killed that warehouse first. This is gonna get so scary. I think we lose here. We do have a little bit of stun happening right now, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Fatigue come in fast enough to save us? Nope, not quite. Although, dang, it's gonna be close. Wait a minute. Oh, these just had so much health, dude. Well, not that much, actually. I mean, these get the health, I guess. This also has, well, not that much. Man, it had way less than I thought. It did do 7,000 damage, though. Wait, why does it have so little health but dealt so much damage? Like, I don't understand really, I guess. Activations. I don't even... Does it count as an activation? Piranha Plant? Yeah, 65. 65 times at least 2, right, I guess? I feel like it should have more than that, but maybe the beekeepers are kicking back to the botanists a little too often. I don't know. Again, it's working, so I'm not gonna... Oh my god, so many botanists. Let's go. Oh, it's actually so freaking beautiful, dude. I just have only botanists. Blacksmith is probably better right now since we can put all these bees up in here. Yes. Oh my god. This is actually beautiful. +5 health to an adjacent town unit doesn't really technically help us, I don't think. Yes, we'll sell all day. I'll get rid of Thanatoses. Gotta move that over again. Maybe we get rid of these. This guy is tier 2. Yeah, that gets a little more mana. And then maybe a industrialist. I don't know. I kind of like the industrialist better than the Velmir because I don't really care that much about the spellbound buffs. I care a lot about Piranha getting buffed. These can buff both. Hey, tree. We got the freaking tree. Okay, so now we're gonna have to position to make room for this sucker. He's so freaking big. Okay, there's the tree. Nice. I honestly don't even really know how much this tree helps, but like in theory, I think it does help. So let's scoot these forward now. This is good, good, good. Boom, 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 boom. We can kind of put this Rafflesia in the back now too, which is nice because that gives it a little bit more time to get a little bit more health, I think. Let's not let it get hit by explosive shots though too much. This positioning, by the way, is not perfectly optimized. I am wholly aware of that, but I am also too lazy to change it. Yes, more botanists. I mean, here, we can make it pretty, I guess, right? Let's just go ahead and make it more pretty. The Jeffreys, I guess, just kind of want to all be together to maximize like per position stuff. I guess I actually want the bakery to trigger all botanists too, right? I kind of forgot I had one, to be honest. Like, it's definitely going to go off because we're definitely going to have more town units than our opponents, like always. We have nigh on infinite town units, right? So let's do this. Let's get another one here. Even though you could kind of get two more things with Jeffries next to the bakery there, I think I just care more about the botanists, right? At the end of the day. Little nice murderer's row of houses and Jeffries. This is hilarious looking, dude. Little shell of botanists. This is amazing. Here, let's do that there. Yeah, we'll get a little row of ritualists, I guess. The industrialists are at the top. The bees are down below. This is so beautiful. We can put the I guess put these here. Can this scoot over? No, not quite. Yeah. There you go. Perfectly beautiful positioning. This guy can go down here, I guess. He's kind of pointless. I'll sell that as soon as I can. Industrialist maybe goes here. It looks prettier. Yeah, that's beautiful, dude. Really beautiful, actually. Okay. I don't think the piranha plant goes off a bunch all at once. Like, if these botanists were like to all hit the piranha plant, I think we have like internal cooldowns on it now because we used to have like infinite loops where it was causing problems and stuff. It is scaling quick though still, dude. Like the tree just giving everybody some nice bonuses here, dude. Are we gonna lose though? This thing went nuts. Oh my god, fatigue, please. I might need haunted clock tower here. I think we're winning anyway though. Nice. Forgot to look what piranha did, but I bet it was cool. Another Jeff, another librarian. I mean, librarian's more likely to hit piranha, right? So I think that's just better. There is stuff like Scola I could get with all of these town triggers. Scola can buff the stats on the piranha plant a ton. Scola, there it is. Baller. I'm good. I'm very good. I want to find a cell as well, a transmute, to get rid of some of this stuff. Like, we have some things we don't really need right now. Ugh. I guess we'll take enchantment. Yeah. 10% damage is fine. Ooh, what do you know? Another botanist. Okay, we're running out of good spots to put everything, making it look pretty. This one watchtower down here, by the way, putting in so much work. We could go for tier 5 Tinker, by the way, too, to get started combat on the Root of Life. Be another angle we take. Opponent has a lot of bonfires. That is so scary. We might get cooked. I don't know. That's a lot of bonfires. They don't have double damage scaling on these, though, I don't think. But look how fast they're firing off already, man. We're barely even getting through their stuff at all, dude. We're so dead. Fatigue never catches up here. At least we have some life left, at least. That's good. Said at least twice. Hold up. This is closer than I thought, man. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, just all junk. All little tiny. That has 30 health. Are you kidding me? We're gonna finish the run no matter what, though, right? I guess we're gonna get all the rounds anyway. Start a combat here. Is this worth 5? Because if we whiff on it, we're so sad. Ooh. Start a combat on the supercharger. Let's go. More bees. Actually, trees kind of suck. We don't really want trees. I don't think it's better to take the trees out of the pool, but it's maybe debatable, right? It's worth talking about, perhaps. Okay, yeah, this looks good. We got even more Root of Life action now. I don't think we have anything else that's started combat, do we? So, Scola is gonna be like, this one scales our everything, health and damage, after town units trigger 25 times, which we can actually just like watch this on this fight, right? Like watch the blue bar go up. It's going so fast. Everything's gaining 3% every time this blue bar goes up. And like, look, this is already at 150 damage, right? And 1,000 health. And this is also, remember, scaling the Piranha Plant's attacks as well, because that 3% is of course going to equate to a ton of extra attacks. So we're like creating this little chain where the Scola is buffing the Piranha Plant and it's just going absolutely nuts. I mean, sadly, we're not still maybe winning that quickly, but I think we're going to be fine for Fatigue Wizard. We might need more units though. Like all those little trees are eating every Fatigue Wizard attack. I'm still killing stuff as well from my hits though. I think we're fine, right? Oh my god. Oh my god, it was so close. But look, 359 damage and 2,200 health, right? How much damage did it do? Let's see. Still not as much as the rocket, believe it or not. Wow. I guess the damage on the rocket also got insane though. It also scaled up to 1,000 freaking damage with 50% explosive. So I guess both are scaling so much off the Scola that kind of makes sense. Could go for another supercharger, but I think actually a Scola would be better at this point. Second Piranha Plant? Sure, dude. Why not? Sure. I think it's still pretty good because of that Scola, like we said, right? I think the Scola still makes it interesting. Yeah, librarians are good for us. Buy 5 town units. This is our final round, so we're not gonna have time for that. Librarians are still good for us. Yeah, we can start moving these over here to get prettier again. Got these librarian lines here. Not sure it's actually prettier, but it's funnier anyway. Another librarian. Yeah, nice. Final thing is a quest. No, that's no good. It's our final purchase. What a waste. We might want to look at that. I mean, it happens. It's probably better that that just happens sometimes. Funnier, but we could do this, by the way. Put this up here to make us even prettier. Yeah, dude. No, I think we got it. Either way, right? It's we're hitting a victory, which is great. But let's see if we can't win another one, dude. 12 wins would be an insane run. A lot of stuns, which we're actually really good at playing around stuns because number one, we have so many targets, right? That it just hits like random town stuff instead of like 1 or 2 key weapons. But also like our Piranha Plants don't care. I mean, I guess maybe they can get stunned, but I don't think so since they don't have cooldowns. I'm more worried about this assimilator getting 8 million damage right away. Our rocket's unfortunately going to hit, I think, brick by brick, brick by brick, and force fields all before it hits these bonfires. So they're probably going off. And there's like crazy supercharger stuff here as well. I think we're probably very dead to this. This thing's going to be crazy, and this is exactly why we have to nerf the Eternal Bonfire, I think. Although, man, I don't know. Like, do we have enough stuns? Can fatigue come in? I never got that haunted clock tower. I think we're getting locked in here. Oh, dude, I don't know. This is gonna be... There's so many freaking dudes there, though. So many dudes. The bamboo just keeps resurrecting 100 times, dude. No. That's already gonna be changed, by the way. We know that. Ben mentioned the... well, I don't know if he mentioned this publicly, but to me, anyway, he mentioned that things aren't gonna be able to spawn in a spot where there's already a thing. So, like, bamboo stacking from this Thanatos combo, right? Like, it's not gonna work anymore. You won't have, like, 2 bamboos there. Which just makes sense. Which, dude, these Piranha Plants actually went so insane. They didn't beat that nutty assimilator Eternal Bonfire, which we didn't expect to. That's crazy. But look at these Piranha Plants, 26,000 and 12,000 damage. That's crazy good. Force Field, by the way, gained 58,000 health. I guess the Piranha Plants were just attacking so much, or what? I don't even... Where did they gain their health from? Wait, why did these have so much freaking health? This one I understand. This one I do not understand why it got so much health. Beekeepers? Oh, the glowberries. Oh, never mind. I do know. They have the glowberries down here. So this thing got up to 21,000 and it was giving 5% of its health to random defense units on every attack, right? So it was just scaling a lot of health there, which is crazy. Again, another reason that we just can't have things getting that fast that regularly, right? I think that's going to be a problem. Getting fast is fine, but not that fast that easily, right? Skola went off 34 times, which is crazy. Beekeeper's going off this. This is a really fun build we had, by the way. Really fun build. Survive with 1 health, by the way, dude. We'll take it all day. Only 58 points for that, man. No, we gotta change this. No, I think we're gonna. I don't know. I haven't talked to Ben about it a lot, but I saw him hinting it, and then I also think, I told Ben this a while ago. Actually, I think we need to give you points for surviving, not just for winning. He had a good counter argument that I honestly can't remember at this point, so we're gonna have to re-engage on that and see if we can't remember what exactly the deal was. But I think you just gotta get rewarded more for surviving, you know, even if it's just like half the amount of points or something. I don't know, we'll figure that out, making sure it feels good. But yeah, nice little run, dude. Piranha Plant's buff, I don't know, part of me thinks this might have worked anyway, like maybe this was an underexplored build, but you know, the hotfix Piranha Plant buff at the very least made me want to try it, and that made enough of a difference. So yeah, did we ruin the game? No, actually no. I think these player changes were good. I think they made a lot of sense. Very smart stuff. Nothing felt out of bounds except the one thing, Eternal Bonfire, that little fiery guy that increases speed so much. That feels busted, but we couldn't hotfix that. It had to have a mechanical change. So beyond that, yeah, good changes. Good job, players. Successful social experiment achieved. Maybe we'll have to try that some more in the future. Yeah, that was great. So as always, if you enjoyed this look at Sky Shard, we really appreciate wish lists. If you haven't played the game yet, we really appreciate downloads. You can just go play it right now. There's links down below in the description, pinned comment. But even if you have played it or you don't want to just yet, a wish list still goes a mile for us as an indie developer. That is just the best thing you can do. Really helps us with Steam and everything. So anyway, thanks as always for joining me. Good luck out there in the world of Sky Shard or otherwise, and I guess I will see you around.